What's going on, great and fantastic people out there in YouTube land? Let me get the light. Hallelujah. What's going on? What's going on? It's the mad wolf himself, Mr. Black, here to bring you guys more fire information about your name, your given name, your appellation versus your legal. All right. So this little excerpt I found here. So a shout out goes out to living in the private. I'm not sure if they're here or if they're in New Zealand. They seem to bounce all over with their information. I cannot copy or contact them directly, so I'm just gonna, fair use in what they already have on the internet. So let's take a look and listen to what they've got going on. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. If not, make it great. It is a mindset. So many times I've had to talk myself into the day being a great day, even though it literally was not. Dealing with things that I would prefer to see burn and smolder down, and enemies out there who try to, just, yeah. But if you let that and those things bother you or stop you, then they've already won. So if you have to fake a smile, fake a great day just to piss off your enemies, then do it. Make it so, number one. That being said, nothing but positive energy for you guys. Well, just like the site says, educate yourself, ask questions, and verify everything. Could not agree more. So let's get going here.
Your given appellation, given/Christian name, is your unique estate title, i.e. John/John Henry. You are given this title for your life, which is your private.
It's your private estate. So here, when you guys hear me talking about the given name, okay, here they refer to it as your given appellation. Okay.
Private estate. Your estate is the land, or property, of your mind, body, and soul, and all the physical and intellectual property that derives from your living energy, including your inborn unalienable rights. Your family name, surname, is not part of your unique estate title. Nor is it a one-of-a-kind proper noun like your estate title. Instead, it is a shared and generic name for your family, clan, or tribe. It is a grammatically different plural noun, and therefore it should not be semantically joined to your unique estate title, i.e. John Doe. By doing so, your estate is corrupted. The ancient Greeks bore only one appellation, i.e. Aristotle. The Romans added a description including race, region, family, surname, and even the branch of the family. This was the custom into the Middle Ages of Europe, when the title and description was written in proper grammar, i.e. John, of the family Doe, or John, the carpenter of Oxford. But when governments introduced taxation, a surname was required after the given appellation, thereby creating a registered artificial legal person subject to legislation. In England, this began with a poll tax, or per head tax, which was levied irregularly from 1275 onward, especially to finance wars. Compelled to pay taxes, free men were coerced into contracting with the state and thereby acting as double-name legal persons employed by the state, in the service of the bankers who exerted hidden influence over the crown. Your given appellation and your family name joined together is a publicly registered artificial legal person. After you are born, the state creates an artificial legal person by combining your given appellation, i.e. John/John Henry, typically with your patriarchal family name, i.e. Doe, registering it into existence often on a date subsequent to your birthday. The written style of the artificial legal person name is commonly the all-capital letters double name, i.e. John Doe, often prefixed with a fictional title such as Mr./Mrs. Miss, i.e. Mr. John Doe, denoting the master of the John Doe vessel in legal commerce operating under the Admiralty Maritime International Law of the Sea. However, regardless of the written style, Any double name created by combining a given appellation with a family name always forms an artificial legal person, i.e. John Doe and John Doe are both artificial legal persons.
Now, here, because once again, from our perspective, a truly private name is all lowercase lettering. So they set you up to fail on two fronts. They told you, here's your name in capitalized letters in upper and lower, and then here it is in all upper. Those are both artificial. Everything natural, according to the UCC book and Black law, is lowercase lettering. All right. Now it gets a little squirrely when you're dealing with the states and all the other things, like, Florida state has their upper and lower, and then state of Florida has their all upper. So it's a little mishmash, pish posh, wishy washy, timey wimey, weebly wobbly up in there. But from our perspective, when we're doing our things, the true living natural person is all lowercase lettering because they even still contact us with the upper and lower. All right. So let's keep going.
Persons. Persons. An artificial person is established by the double name, assisted by the date and place of its creation by registration. The artificial legal person, persona equals mask, is a character created by the state to perform various prescribed statutory roles in the theater of commerce. In legal terms, an artificial legal person can also be a strawman, which is a third-party name-only front in a transaction, for the purpose of covertly taking title to real property. A strawman is created by legal registration on the birth certificate without disclosure, joining the given appellation and the family name, forming an artificial legal person estate trust, to provide surety for the corporate debt of your nation, Incorporated. Consequently, people unwittingly act in the role of the artificial legal person trustee. This is identity theft by semantic deceit, and anyone deliberately practicing this deception is guilty of personage, the crime of knowingly representing a living man or woman as a legal fiction, a form of corporation, such as a legally registered artificial person, trust, public utility, society, or foundation. The crime of personage is routinely compounded by barratry, the crime of bringing false claims in court. The term barratry, appropriately, comes from the Bar Association. A living identity is established by a given name, title, and information that is proof of life, i.e. thumbprint. There are very few occasions when the state needs to establish your living identity. The state does this when a baby is born, without disclosure, in order to obtain legal title over the baby's estate. Evidence of the baby's living identity, such as a footprint, is placed on the record of live birth with other details that confirm a live birth. This proves that the baby is the living holder in expectancy, holder in due course, of his/her estate title, which can then be conveyed to the Crown, via the registration of an estate trust, foreign situs trust, on the birth certificate, which is a security bond for the state's IMF obligations. The artificial legal person represents you in legal fiction commerce in order to transfer your consent into the legal jurisdiction. If you act in the role of the artificial legal person, you become an accommodation party, invoking consent by joinder. Acting in the role of a fictional legal person obliges the actor to follow legislated scripts. Home. Maxims of law.
All right. All right, that's it, guys. So nothing brand new if you've been watching my channel. We've already talked about this in so many different ways. This is just another person's articulate way of expressing the same thing, that there is a difference between your all lowercase name and the all uppercase and the upper and lowercase. For those people who never heard this or, mention, in Black Law's dictionary under the Latin term capitis dimutio maxima, okay, there's also capitis medius and capitis minimus. What do these things mean? Capitis minimus means no loss of rights, natural. Capitis medius means upper and lower, or some loss. Capitis Dimutio maxima means full loss of rights. Now, in their books, I've never found anything where it actually word for word matches across. So let's be honest here. But if you're telling me that between the Black Laws Dictionary and the UCC book under definitions, UCC 1-201 definitions under conspicuous format, they talk about the different lettering of normal, natural, and then they talk about all uppercase and then smaller than normal. Okay, so there's three layers here. We know that capitalizations represent commercial. In Black laws, they talk about a full loss of right, some loss, and then a maximum loss. So no loss, some, and then max. Three different layers. From my perspective and understanding or overstanding, if in the UCC they talk about natural size, meaning it's normal. So I'm going to call natural size small. Natural would mean you have everything in place, so no loss of rights. Black Law's Dictionary says that's called capitis minimus. So we're matching things here. If capitis minimus means no loss of rights, and we know this comes from ancient Roman law where all capitalized letters represented a slave, so full loss of rights. So then in the UCC, and they all operate through this maritime jurisdiction. So lowercase lettering is normal format. So your name in all lowercase lettering is no loss of rights, natural. That would match capitis minimus because they give you the definition, but they don't give you the practicality of how it's put together. You have to do that, and you have to be able to convince law. So if then upper and lower is considered modified, and in Black Law's Dictionary, upper and lower could technically be construed as some loss due to some of your letters being capitalized, then that would be capitis medius. So then fully modified, all capitalized lettering, which we know is how businesses operate, and businesses aren't living, so they're dead, which means they've either lost all their rights or they never had them, or a maximum loss of rights. The maximum distance from a living thing is dead. So that could be construed that in Black Law's Dictionary, capitis dimutio maximum is a full loss. It's a slave. Typography, how it looks. So the raising of the letters is not natural, just like it talks about in the UCC book, which then means that's where your three levels are. Now, the one thing that is weird, so I will put it out there, is that in the UCC book, it does talk about lettering being smaller than normal. Okay, because once again, that would then be modified. What they call as microprint. Don't believe me? Find somebody old like me who still has checks. Look at their checkbook. Look where you write your name, and at the end of it, you're going to see a M and a P where you endorse your check on the front side. That M and P stands for microprint. If you take out a magnifying glass and you look at your check and you look at that line, you're going to see that it actually has words. It's not actually a line, it's actually words. Not on the memo side. Memo side is normal. Just on the right side where you sign. And it literally says authorized agent. Smaller than normal is then not normal, which means that they own that. And this is all considered legal and commercial. Anything that's not legal or commercial is then considered private, savage, de jure, organic, and they can't control it unless you do a crime or you register it to them. All right, guys, that's it. More videos coming, so stay tuned. Batman.